Hey guys, so welcome to yet another episode of Anything Talk. My name is Sandra Orokodo. On Anything Talk, we talk about just everything and anything. So you're welcome once again. Today I'll be talking about rape. For the past weeks now, it has been such a menace that every single day there is one case of rape. Every single day there is a hashtag justice for Uwa, justice for one person or the other, justice for Barakat. Little children to adults of every age and both sexes are being raped by people, and it is such a worrisome thing that it looks like it is on the rampage right now. So I have to tell you people what rape is, to educate you, to know like what you do that constitutes rape, or what someone can do to you that constitutes rape, and you have the right to report whenever that happens. I want to define rape. I'll be defining rape the way it has been defined in the criminal code, which is applicable to the southern parts of Nigeria, in the penal code, which is applicable to the northern part of Nigeria, and then the Violence Against Persons Prohibition Act, the VAPP Act, that is applicable in Abuja and other states that have domesticated it into their legislation. So today I will not waste your time, because this is a very educational video. I would really like for you to watch to the end. You're going to learn a lot on this video. So without much ado, don't forget to like, share, comment on this video. Tell me what you think. Tell me what you have experienced, if you have, or what you think about everything that is happening, and what you are doing on your own path to reduce or stop it or educate people wherever you are. Don't also forget to click on the notification bell below, because I will be uploading more videos and I want you to be the first to see it. So without further ado, let's jump right into the video. Criminal code is when any person has sexual intercourse with a girl or a woman without their consent, or with their consent when that consent is gotten inappropriately. Now, inappropriate consent can be in the form of intimidation, it can be in the form of force, it can be in the form of threats of bodily harm or death, or any of that threat. It can also be in the form of misrepresentation of whom the person is. If the woman thinks that the person that wants to have sex with her is her husband, and the person knows that he is not her husband, but he is misrepresenting himself to be her husband, and she unknowingly, under that misrepresentation, has sex with him, that person has committed rape under the criminal code. Now, under the penal code, rape is all of these things too. When you have sex with a woman without her consent, or with her consent if that consent is gotten inappropriately, by force, by intimidation, by threat of bodily harm or death, or whatever it is you're threatening the person with, and by misrepresentation of facts that the person that wants to have sex with this woman is her husband, and she doesn't know, but you know that you are not her husband, and you are misrepresenting yourself to have sex with her, you are committing the offense of rape. If a person has sexual intercourse with a girl who is 14 or below 14, that is an underage girl, that person has committed the offense of rape, whether or not the girl consented to having sexual intercourse with him. Now, this is because it is deemed that a girl of that age cannot give valid consent to exercise in sexual intercourse. Now, the laws of Lagos provide, the criminal laws of Lagos provide that when a man has sexual intercourse with a woman without her consent, he is deemed to have committed the offense of rape. Now, all of these provisions have one thing in common. For rape to have occurred, there must have been penetration. That is like the yardstick to major rape. So for rape to have occurred, there must be penetration. Sex with an underage girl or person of unsound mind is said to be defilement. So if you have sex with an underage girl or someone with unsound mind, you can be sued for both rape and defilement. This is because an underage girl and a person of unsound mind cannot validly give you consent to have sex. I've just given you right now, all these provisions have one thing in common. A man can only rape a woman. So rape can only happen between a man and a woman. You get? So The Violence Against Persons Prohibition Act, however, has come to correct that, even though it is only applicable in Abuja and in any other state that has domesticated. If you are in any other state aside from Abuja, I would really, really, like for you to go and check if your state has domesticated this law, so that you would know, that you're either protected under it, or if you should ask your governor to, domesticate this law, because it's a very good law. Now, this law states that rape is when a person intentionally penetrates the vagina, the anus or mouth of another person. So you see that this particular law is not just talking about penetrating the vagina, just like the other ones. The other ones talk about just the penetration of the vagina, but this one talks about penetrating the person's vagina, the anus or the mouth of the person. So if you do any of that to somebody, you are committing rape if the person does not give you consent. So basically what this act is saying is that if any person intentionally penetrates the mouth, the vagina, or the anus of another person with any object, with their hands or with any object whatsoever, without the person's consent, they have committed rape. So you see that the VAPP, which is the Violence Against Persons Prohibition Act, is all encompassing. This simply means that a man can actually rape another man, a woman can rape a man, and all of that. So it's all encompassing. It like covers a broader spectrum. It covers a broader spectrum of the offense of rape. So you know that it is not, what you have to prove is not just penetration of the vagina. If someone penetrates your anus or your mouth with their any object, according to VAPA, you have a case of rape. You can sue for rape. So you see that the VAPA is a more encompassing act. It has defined rape to a large extent to accommodate other activities that are, other vile activities that were not captured by the criminal code and the penal code, and also the criminal laws of Lagos. So I would actually advise, and I would actually plead with other state governments that I don't know why this is a very good law. I don't know why they have not domesticated. Very, very few states in Nigeria have actually domesticated VAPA. So if you're in any of the states outside Abuja, I would actually like for you to go and check if your state has domesticated this law, because it's a very, very good law. Age of consent. When can someone give consent? According to the Child Rights Act, the age of consent is 18. So anybody below the age of 18 cannot give consent. And once again, also go and check with your state if your state has domesticated the Child Rights Act into its laws, into its legislation. So it will be good for you to actually check it, because it's a really, really important one. Do well to check it. So what is consent? That's another thing. Number two, what is consent? This is a very valid question, because most people don't even know what consent is. Like, I was talking to some people over a group chat, and someone was asking, okay, what if the girl comes to your house by herself and she's eating your food and all of that, and is she not asking for it? Like, she's not asking for it. Consent consent has to be, direct. Yes, I want this. You have to ask. Okay, you need to ask. Everybody has independence over their body, so you actually need to ask the person if they are comfortable with what you want to do. Just because they came to your house, just because they flew from Antarctica down to Warri to come to your house and chill with you, doesn't give you the right to touch them if they don't want you to touch them. Just because they took a first class ticket to your house doesn't mean that they are coming there for sex. Even if they wanted to have sex with you and they're like, okay, I don't want it anymore, you have to respect their decisions. They have independence. They own their body. You have no rights over their body without their consent. So you need to respect their you need to respect them when they say no. So what is consent? Consent is simply yes. Yes, I want this. That's consent. What consent is not is you will like it. If the person tells you no, there's no consent. If the person tells you I don't want, there's no consent. If the person is pushing you off, There is no consent. See, if someone tells you no, right? I want to believe that when you are getting cozy with somebody, or when you are, this is for those people that actually mistake. I'm going to come to, there are some situations where we know expressly you drag the person and you molest the person. That we already know is rape. But I'm talking about this part where people, try to act like they don't really know what is happening. They try to act like they don't understand what consent is. This is for you. I want you to understand that if someone tells you no, no is no. No, oh my god, no is no, okay? No is not, no is not I want you to try again, because I keep hearing that, like, so some people will say the girl is not some people say the girl says no but she means yes. She does not mean yes. She means no. No is no. If there is any girl who tells you no but she wants you to continue, please kick her out of your house and leave before the temptation comes upon you. Please just save yourself all the drama. If you're in a situation with anybody and the person tells you no midway, and then when you stop, they now say, we're just testing you, put on your clothes and tell them to leave your house, because it is really not worth it at this point. So what you should understand is that consent is express, yes. So if you are having anything to do with anybody, I want to believe very well that you actually communicate. So do you like this? And the person will say yes. Are you enjoying this? The person will say yes. Should I continue? The person will say I don't know how you're going to do it, but I believe that when you're in the act with somebody, you are communicating with them. The both of you are not like just there. You are communicating with them. So it's a very serious thing. You need to put the other person into consideration when you're doing. You are not a moving train. Please, I keep hearing people say that. How do you stop a moving train? You are not a moving train. Okay, brothers and sisters, you are a human being. You are not a moving train. This is serious, okay? You need to understand when the person doesn't want you anymore. You need to understand when the person is tired. Ask them, talk as you go. I mean, you know what you're doing. Communicate. Communication is key. We always say this thing. Communication is key. Ask them, are you enjoying it? Should I continue? Do you like this? So that you would know when consent has been withdrawn. And please, if you don't want them, just give an express no. Just say no. Don't be like, okay now, but just don't be like that. If you're Let your no be no, please, for everybody's sake. Let us all be express with how we feel. Let's not do this because we don't want to offend the person or don't want that other person to feel bad. No, let's not do things like that. Let's understand that this is serious and this is something that we all have a responsibility to, stop. So if somebody is telling you no, please, no is no. No is express. No is not consent. No is not please continue. No is actually no. So we need to respect all of that. So if the person comes to your house to short skirt, that is not consent. Okay, if the person comes with a crop top or a singlet, that is not consent. You need to understand this. That is not consent. If the person is giving you green light, ask the person, are you sure? Get a yes from the person so you will know what you're doing. Okay, so if the person comes to your house to charge phone, that is not consent. If the person calls you to say, oh, can I come and sleep in your house today, please, that is not consent. Anything other than a yes is not consent. Consent is yes, I want this, continue. That is consent. If the person is working on a dark alley, that is not consent. You don't want it. Please, let's try and be morally upright. These things that they're really evil, because like, why do you force yourself on somebody? You forcefully put your hands on somebody. How do you even do that? It is very, very wrong. Like, everything that has been happening over the years, right? Over the past weeks has been really, really traumatizing. Like, you get to understand that every 9 in 10 girls have gone through one molestation or the other. Every 9 in 10 girls have a story to share. Okay, I have my stories to share. I share some of my stories on Twitter. There was this one time that this guy, like, just he had been asking me to go have a drink with him. And one of those, I was just like, okay, this person has been calling me so much, let me just go out. So I told him, okay, fine. He came, he picked me up, we went there, just a brief drink, and I was like, okay, he's going to take me back home. So as we're going back home, he told me that he wanted to pick up something. I was not suspicious at all, so I'm like, okay. I went to his house, I'm like, you have a really nice place here. And it's like, oh, thank you. Before I knew it, things went from 0 to 100 real quick. This guy was threatening me to pull off my clothes, like, take off your clothes. But I was crying and I was begging, and he was threatening me that if I don't, he's going to get his gun and he's going to, like, shoot me. It was the most traumatizing day of my life. Like, he's going to shoot me, he's going to stab me, and nobody would know, because really I didn't really tell anybody where I was going or whom I was going with. So he was like, nobody would know, and it would just die there. He would hide my body, and he was already telling me to take off my clothes. It was getting really, really, like, the person I saw before and the person I'm seeing now was two different. They were two different people. Like, he was beginning to be like a monster. He was enraged, like something was filling him up or something. And I was already taking off my clothes when we had a knock on the door. So apparently his friends, by some sort of miracle, they just came around that afternoon, and they knocked. The knocking was consistent. So he was like, okay, I should just wait. He went to open the door. They came in. I came out. I put on my clothes and I came out, and then we stayed for a while. And I'm like, okay, I want to go home now. He looked at mine and he's like, okay, no wahala. When I go outside, I ran. Thing is, I didn't even tell anybody because I was so ashamed. I was so, like, how did I even get in that situation in the first place? How did I get there? He was like, he has heard from some people on my street that I used to show myself. I don't know. I had at that point, that was like in 2014. We moved into that street in 2012. Most of the time I was in school, so I'm not really a person that keeps so many friends. So I'm like just a good morning person. And then somebody is telling this guy that I show myself, and because of that, he wanted to punish me by raping me. It was the most traumatic experience I'd ever had, but it left a scar. It did that. I just felt like, okay, let me just bury it somewhere that I would never. I would pretend like it never happened. But once in a while, when I hear things like this, I just go back there and I'm like, this actually happened to me, and it's happening to so many girls because it is not their fault. But I don't know what it is that people think they have that, or they are, that can make them actually force themselves on somebody. It is very wrong. The person has given you zero consent. It is wrong. Mind you, the offense of rape carries a life imprisonment sentence in Nigeria or out. So you should know that when you're dealing with somebody. So if you have been raped, please, what you should do after you've been raped is that the first things first, go to the police station. Don't take your bath, don't change your clothes, don't tamper with your bodily evidence. Go, even if your clothes are torn or you feel some type of way, go to the police station. That's the first thing you should do. Lay a complaint, then go to the hospital and get a medical report. Get yourself checked for DNAs and every sperm and all of that on your body. Then make sure you document evidence. It is going to be hard on you, yes. It's going to be emotionally traumatizing, physically traumatizing. You might hear some kind of weird remarks and all of that. Don't bother. First things first, lay a complaint. Even if you're not willing to follow up the case at that point, the fact that you made a complaint at that point and you kept your evidence is going to help you so that by the time you are ready, you actually have something to fall back to. Because see what I'm saying this, right? First of all, it is the right thing to do, and then second of all, people come out to say they've been raped and then there is no evidence because it happened such a long time ago. Take me for example, I can't even go back and tell that guy that he tried to rape me or so, because it happened so long ago. I didn't even report the matter at the police station or anything. How do I go back and say this is what happened and then anybody will take me seriously? So when people call out their molesters or people that have raped them in the past, and because there is no evidence, they get slammed by a defamation lawsuit, and defamation can be criminal and civil in Nigeria. So to save yourself all that trouble, if you have any of that experience. I pray you don't. Please do the right thing by going out of your way to consult the police and keep evidence. And please don't keep it to yourself, because if you keep it to yourself, that person is going to do it to another person. See, now I did not talk about that guy. Who knows if he has actually succeeded with someone else? He can do that because I didn't do anything, and he'll feel like, they don't even talk. I can do and get away with it, and all of that. So we owe it to ourselves and to other people to talk when we have been molested. You can also sue for sexual assault if the person does not succeed in raping you, but they are abusing you one way or the other. You can sue for sexual assault. In Nigeria, a man cannot rape his wife, yes, but it happens. A man can rape his wife without consent. Although it is not in our laws, it is a concept that is recognized all over the world. A man can rape his wife, but although you will not succeed when you sue for rape, but you can bring an action for sexual assault against your husband. Okay, so let's all be guided, let's all be good people, let's all make these things stop, because rape is a very serious offense. It is an offense against the state, it is an offense against the person, against the body, against the mind, against the soul. So please, by all means, let us try and be our brothers and sisters keeper and stuff. And if you realize that there is somebody somewhere molesting anyone, especially we've been seeing stories of people molesting children. They molest children 3 years, 4 years, 2 years, 3 months. I don't know what is wrong with people. They go ahead and they molest these children, and people just act like, okay, I don't know what they are thinking, but is it normal to them? If you know that there is somebody that is molesting another person, and if the person is a child, please report to the police. If the person is an adult, convince the adult to go and report to the police. Please, I beg you, we all owe ourselves that civic responsibility. It is our responsibility to be our brothers keepers. Maybe the person is just scared and they cannot report, but you can help them to give them courage to report. So we owe it to ourselves, we owe it to our communities, we owe it to God. Oh my video today. I really appreciate that you've watched my video up to this stage. So that much ado, I will get out of your face, but I will be back, and I will want you to be the first person to see me when I get back. So don't forget to click on the notification bell below so that you get a notification once I upload a new video. Don't forget to like, subscribe. I need subscribers, you can see. And so don't forget to comment. I want to know what you think about this video and what is happening around the world. In that note, I would leave your face. Follow me on social media. My handle is Sandra Orokodo on all platforms: Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook. And until next time, I'll see you. Do take care of yourself. Stay safe. We're still battling COVID-19, so the virus is not, has not been eradicated. So please do stay safe. Until I see you again. Bye. Bye.